my thoughts and feelings on multi-level marketing. As many of you know, I was on a multi-level marketing team and decided to stop after a couple of months. I've had a lot of people ask me questions about either why I stopped or if I think they should join, and many different aspects about multi-level marketing. I want to start off this video by adding a disclaimer that multi-level marketing can be different based off of the person, and this is from my personal experiences and what happened to me during multi-level marketing. When I first started multi-level marketing, it was so much fun. I can't even lie. It was something that I felt like was different, and I had a lot of different friends. There was a lot of girls on my team. There was about 40 plus of us, and just because I had a passion for social media, it was something I found to really enjoy because it was something that I love doing. I love posting on social media. I love doing social media. So I felt like it was something that I could really get into and that I could love, and it could be my job. For me, I wanted to build an uplifting and a passionate team. I wanted to watch these girls grow. I wanted them to do something they never thought of doing, grow out of their comfort zone, which was something that happened to me. And for a lot of girls, I saw that happen. I saw a lot of them come out of their comfort zones, and I saw a lot of them do things that they never thought that they would do or never thought that they could do. So for me, it was something that I really enjoyed. Like, I loved helping others, and I felt like I was really getting girls to be put in a place where they thought they could do anything. Multi-level marketing is self-employment. So what comes with that is a lot of girls being every girl for themselves. Unfortunately, the girls above you, they're going to get a chunk of your money. You are going to be their commission. So for me, I found a lot of girls that they were selfish. They were selfish because what you're making, they're also going to make. They're going to get a chunk of that money. Like I said, you're their commission. They're going to push you hard, not because they want to see you succeed, but because they want their commission from it. So for me, I found it really hard, and unfortunately that was one of the reasons why I left, because they do push you super hard, not because they want to see you succeed, which I found really sad. That wasn't the type of environment that I wanted to be in. Multi-level marketing is also known for being a pyramid scheme, which I denied very hardly at first, and any of you that know me or asked me about it, I would tell you that it wasn't a pyramid scheme. And as of today, or as of a couple months ago, I changed my mind. Today I sit here and I wonder why I never caught on to that. As many of you know, you could look up 1,000 things about this specific company and 1,000 things about multi-level marketing that is going to tell you exactly why they're a pyramid scheme, and they're probably going to even give you data and statistics about why it is a pyramid scheme. So for me, I was blindsided. So the way that I think about it, and I told some of my family members this, you think about it like you have a best friend and they have a terrible boyfriend, but they're so in love. They're so in love that you're going to tell them that this is a terrible boyfriend. These are all the red flags, but they're never going to believe you because they're so in love. They're so blindsided. They don't realize what's going on. They don't realize that they're being manipulative, or that the relationship that they're in isn't going to end good, and they're going to end sad. For those of you that have been sitting through this whole video and are wondering what is multi-level marketing, what is Brenna talking about, I'm going to tell you something, and you'll probably sit here and know what I'm talking about because this has happened to almost every single girl that I've talked to. You have a girl reach out to you, or someone reach out to you, and they're going to tell you they think you have an amazing social media and you would do really good in this business. So you're intrigued. You're like, oh, what business? Like, I can make money from this? They tell you that you can make enough money to pay your rent, pay for school, shopping, anything you want. You'll be able to make enough money to do that. They're not going to insure it to you. They're not going to promise it to you, but they're like, I make X amount of money, but they're not going to tell you how much money they make because they're not allowed to tell you how much money they make, which to me right there, it's a red flag. If they can't tell you how much money they make, but they're really trying to get you to join, what's the point of it? You don't know how much money you're going to make. You don't know what you're going to get yourself into. But a lot of girls still end up joining because they tell you how amazing this job experience is, and they're going to tell you that you could do so good at it. I want to go ahead and I want to dive into the real reason why I left. Those were just a couple things, but I'm going to kind of break it down for you guys. So, for those of you that know what company I was a part of, I'm not going to say any specific names, but there was a lot of bad stuff out there about this specific company, and you probably all know what I'm talking about because you probably either looked it up or thought about it at some point. So there are a lot of bad things about that company, but unfortunately I was very passionate about it, so I never believed anything I saw, anything I heard. I had a lot of people tell me things, and I was like, oh no, forget that. These products are amazing. So after a couple of months, my hair ended up breaking off. I had split ends like none other. My hair did grow very, very long in length, but unfortunately the hair itself, like up here, like I had to cut off quite a bit of my hair. I think I cut off like 5 inches or so just because of how damaged it was at the bottom, the split ends, even up here the split ends. It took a while to get my hair back to how I wanted it to be. I could look down at my hair and I could just see split ends after split ends. The products have severely damaged my hair, and not only my hair but my face. I ended up developing acne like crazy from the products. At first they worked like magic. and my skin was so clear. I've always had dry skin, so it ended up making my skin very soft. My hair felt amazing, and like I said, it grew a lot in length after a couple of months. But unfortunately, the end results, they weren't very promising. And I was told, and if you were a part of the company, you know that they tell you it's a transitioning process, and it's cleansing your hair. It's taking out all the bad hair, and it's gonna regrow it and make it look beautiful. To me, I listened. I was like, okay, great. Like, it's just taking out all the bad damaged hair. But my hair would fall out. I would comb through my hair and it would just fall out. I would be in the shower, it would just fall out. And a lot of my family members actually started seeing this. They were using the product, including my mom and my sister, and their hair just fell out. My mom ended up losing a lot of her hair, and not only that, but she ended up losing a lot of her eyelashes from one of the eyelash serums that they had. Before this next video that you're about to watch, I want to go ahead and I want to tell you guys that everyone, or not everyone, but a couple people above me, not even a couple, a majority of the people above me knew that I was underage when I joined the company. They also knew that a majority of the girls below me were underage because they would look at their social medias, and their social medias had their age, 16, 17, 15. So they knew, before all this happened, that the girls below me were underage, and that I was underage because they had told me happy birthday when I turned 18. So this next video will kind of go more depth and explain what happened, but I just wanted to go ahead and I want to add that and I want to clarify that because what you're about to watch, there is some legal stuff involved, and this will kind of just clear things up a little bit. Not only were the products very damaging, that was not the real reason why I quit. It was one of them. I didn't like the product. I wasn't going to sell a product that I saw doing a lot of damage to myself, my skin, and my hair, but I got to a point where it was a full-time job. I had, like I said, about 40 plus girls underneath me. It took a lot of my time, I'll say that. I wasn't working, this was my full-time job. I will say that I made quite a bit of money every month, and that was amazing to watch and see, and how I was growing my own business. But after about 4 or 5 months, people above me told me that almost all my girls below me had to cancel their accounts. I will tell you guys right now, with this company, or any company, when you start a business, you have to be 18 years old. When I joined the company, as many of you know, I was 17 years old. I was not 18-year-old. So, that being said, a lot of the girls below me were 16, 17, even some of them were 15. Because I had no idea that you had to be 18 because I myself was 17. I ended up turning 18 in March, so when this happened, it was right after my birthday. I think it was in either April or May, so it was right after my birthday. It was before me and Co's 1-year wedding anniversary, which was May 2nd. So it was right after my birthday, and I was already 18, so I did not have to cancel, but all the girls below me, not all of them, there was a couple, maybe like 9, and like I said, 40 girls, maybe 9 got to stay. And may I remind you that these girls spent $200 plus on products that they bought. Some of them had just barely bought them that week, but they all had to cancel, and they were not going to get a refund. So for me, this was very, very hard. These girls that had trusted me and joined a business with me, they are now being told that they're not going to get a refund. They spent all this money, they keep the products, but they can join again when they're 18. Some of them being that would be a year, 2 years, and a lot of them agreed. They were like, okay, but they would have to buy more products again. They would have to spend a couple more $100 again. For me, that was not okay, and I kind of believed it. I kind of went along with it. I kept going for maybe a month or so, and I started looking up things, and I was like, what is going on? Like, it just did not make sense. The girls above me told me the reason why these girls had to cancel is because their parents were going to get sued. Their parents were going to get sued. We're going to get sued for what? That these girls were underage in a company where you had to be 18? It didn't add up. And maybe right now you're thinking it doesn't add up either, which it doesn't. And so after doing a little bit more digging, and I was even talking to my mom and some other people, and they were like, their parents would not get sued. The people above you would get sued because there were underage girls on their team. And maybe I would have gotten sued too, who knows? But the girls above me just kept telling me, oh, I don't know, this girl said so, just listen and follow along. For me, red flags all over. Like, almost they were praising the girls above them, and to me, I'm not going to do that. Something was wrong. Something did not add up, and I did not like that. These girls underneath me, they were following along. They considered me to be like their leader. Like, we would have meetings, we would talk all the time and just hang out with each other and give each other advice and ideas on how to grow our businesses. And so it didn't seem right. And I ended up having some of the girls speak out and make videos about what happened and why they had to quit. There were some girls that were about to turn 18 in maybe 2 weeks that had to cancel their accounts and lose a couple $100s, but they were just about to be 18, but they had to cancel. Because at the end of the year, when their taxes came in, the IRS would have saw that they weren't 18 at the time, but they were going to turn 18 this year, but they would have saw at the beginning of the year they weren't 18. But I didn't have to cancel because I was already 18, except I wouldn't have been 18 at the beginning of this year. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. I wouldn't have been 18 at the beginning of this year, but I was already 18, so it was fine. It's because the company was locking down and they were kind of doing, I don't want to say reports, but they were watching the girls more closely, and they would have gone through and be like, these girls, they're not 18 at the time. At the end of the year, it wouldn't have mattered because they would have been 18, but at the time, it would have mattered, but not for me because I was 18. They were lying. They were kind of manipulating us in a couple different ways. So all the girls ended up quitting, and I ended up quitting with them and now I feel like I should almost speak out for their behalf. It breaks my heart. Honestly, it really does break my heart for these girls that spent all this money and all this time and they got nothing out of it. And that being said, in my personal opinion, do not join multi-level marketing. It's obviously up to you, but this is my personal story and my personal experience, and many of you followed along with it. You saw what I did. You saw what happened. Like I said, I made some great money. It was great. It was awesome. But like I also said, people lie. People really do lie when it comes to multi-level marketing. And some don't. Some are amazing, great women that would probably be awesome to work with, but unfortunately, the team and the company that I was a part of, I would not recommend to anyone. And so with that being said, I want to tell you guys that looking at statistics, and you can look anywhere online and you can see all this stuff, 73% of girls, or anyone that joins multi-level marketing, may I remind you, you have to spend $200 to join multi-level marketing, or this company, I guess. But any multi-level marketing company you join, you have to spend money, most likely. 73% of the girls do not make any money. They spend a couple $100, join the business, they don't make anything. Multi-level marketing is very sketchy in tons of different ways. It is a pyramid scheme. The girls above you are always going to make more money than you. Because as long as you're making money, they're making more money. Because you are their commission. It's a pyramid. It's a pyramid scheme. This is all coming from me, and it can be different based off of anyone else. I do want to say that. However, I did have some girls, like I said earlier, share their thoughts and feelings, and they created some videos, and I'm gonna put these videos right after mine right now, so you can hear from them and you can listen to them and hear what they have to say about what happened, what they feel happened, how they felt betrayed, and how they enjoyed it at the beginning, but it took a quick turn. But I'll go ahead and play those videos. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any more questions about multi-level marketing or what happened in my case, or if you're questioning whether or not you should join, feel free to ask me. Do your own research. Always do your research before you guys join a company. I will say that, and I'll leave it at that.
Hi, so I'm one of the girls that Brenna mentioned earlier that kind of got most of the short end of the stick, if that makes any sense at all. I was a month away from turning 18. I know for a fact there was another girl that was pretty much the same scenario, and we were still kind of forced to close our accounts, and it wasn't only like a, hey, like, you need to do it. It was more like a, if you don't, we have to go to corporate, and if we go to corporate, your parents could get sued. So it was a very, like, you gotta do it. So, as Brenna said earlier, she was also 17 when she started her business, and pretty much how it works, this whole, like, recruitment thing. So, someone DMs you, texts you, gets a hold of you in some way, promotes this thing, service, whatever, product. If you're interested, you sign up and you start, and then the cycle just keeps repeating. That's essentially this whole gist of what multi-level marketing is. So when I signed on, I was 17, and I signed on with Brenna. And not only did I talk to Brenna, but I also talked to Brenna's uppers, which basically were the people who recruited her. And I'd like to note that throughout any of the Zoom meetings, the signups, the talks, the texts, anything, age was never mentioned. No one ever asked me personally, and so I never thought the need to say it out loud. People did know, in fact, that I still was going to high school. So I feel like it was more ignored than forgotten. So I was around 2 to 3 months into my business, and I was finally starting to get the hang of things, and then all of a sudden, it just this huge bomb just kind of got dropped on us, and we were all kind of just like, when was this even discussed? So, for example, Brenna was told one thing, and we were told another. So Brenna was told that if we were close enough to being 18, we could probably just keep it all. We wouldn't have to completely cancel the account and stuff. Yeah, no, we were then told that we had to completely cancel the account and all that. So that's kind of where everything just kind of went downhill. We didn't see the point in having to cancel the account if we just were going to reopen it in a month. Whatever, it's a month. It's fine. I then got a email saying that my account was closed. And I was expecting the email because I was like, okay, that's, kind of what I did. But then I also kept reading the email, and it said that I had to wait another 6 months from then in order to reopen an account. Create a new one in general. It just wasn't, I had to wait 6 months. I did not know of this. And so I took a screenshot of it, and we did have a group chat, and I sent it into the group chat, and I did not do this because I was yada, 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 to be mad. I was honestly did we know about this? Did anyone know about this? Am I just finding this out? It was more. So yeah, a lot. Just like me, a lot of the girls were not aware. And we were upset, we were angry, and I will say that there were some things that maybe could have not been said. I'm gonna be honest, sometimes people don't know how to word things, but in all honesty, we're upset because we just felt lied to. You couldn't have just told us this. We would have probably worked something out with you. It's not, keeping secrets and then having us find out later, obviously we're gonna react a certain way. We never blamed Brenna at all because we were whatevs, it's fine. I think it started getting a little more fishy when it was they were claiming that they didn't know Brenna was underage when they signed up, and that they didn't know any of us were underage when we signed up. I think one thing that kind of contributes to this a lot is the blame game. A lot of people say that, and they use it in the wrong context, all the time. Playing the blame game is you're on a cheer team, somebody falls, and everyone's looking at each other, pointing around, saying oh my god, it was your fault, oh my god, it was your fault. No, maybe she should have just not flew. That's a blame game. It is not the blame game when it is your job to recruit people for your company, knowing that there is an age guideline and completely disregarding and not asking them their age or telling them of the age guideline. Yeah, that's not a blame game because you did it. There's no other way you didn't know. It's fine. If you make a mistake, that is totally okay, but own up to it. I was getting upset as they were there's no need to point fingers, no need to blame. And it's no, we're holding you accountable for your actions. So that was kind of just my experience with this specific multi-level marketing group. I'm not saying I'm completely against multi-level marketing. Pyramid schemes, yes. And it's really hard to find the difference. In fact, we were in the pyramid scheme so much because we thought we weren't, but we were just being lied to the whole time. So just really do your research. I think that's the main takeaway here, and just really try to know what you're getting into.
Hi y'all, my name is Savannah, and I did join a multi-level marketing company as long as what Brenna did, and we did experience lots of flaws throughout it. I did tell the leaders that I was 17, and they did know that, and out of the blue they told me that I was being kicked off the team. My website got taken down, and they told me that when I'm 18 I can join back up. And I was really upset because I was so happy to have an amazing team and to be working with a bunch of girls who are influencers, right? But I will say that it did hurt, and we were very upset because we felt like we were lied to. and we felt like they just wanted to look good, that kind of thing. So if you guys do plan on joining a multi-level company, just make sure to do lots of research, because the leaders did lie to us and it was not very fair to any of us because we all got kicked off the team. So if you are not doing your research, you're not going to get the full gist of it. Yeah.